Last time I spoken to one of these was during an interview with a muckraker before the bombs. Ironic. Some nobody farmer from the outskirts of the city came knocking at my door today. Tracked his muddy boots all over City Hall. Said that I've done a terrible job as mayor and it's about time somebody did something about it. As if someone of his ilk could do better. He told me I have two options. Either I leave and get to keep my head, or he blows it off me. I say, let him try. He's not the first loon to try to usurp me, that's for sure. Plenty more have tried and failed, and they had a lot more power than Timothy Lane. I'm not going anywhere. My security detail will make quick work of him. Maybe I'll even have Quintino's boys teach him a lesson.
you met the family? Yeah, probably not, considering you're still alive. I should probably invest in a boat to get to work at this rate. This flooding's getting worse and worse.
Why don't you take a load off, all right? You're scaring people, tromping around like that.
Okay.
Have you been down to the aquarium? Oh, it's a marvel! Be honest, do I look like a tourist? Have you been down to the aquarium? Oh, it's a marvel!
Why do the auditors wear sunglasses indoors? We always need extra hands on deck at City Hall. Consider joining up. I'd stay clear of the showmen if I were you. Their idea of fun usually puts someone in an early grave.
My eye bags are so heavy, the airline will charge them extra.
You couldn't pay me enough to join the Baron Rangers.
Why don't you take a load off? You're scaring people, tromping around like that.
New to Atlantic City? Or are you lucky enough to live here? You gotta try the cocktails at Quintino's. The elite's got it good. Oh, what I wouldn't do for a taste of the blood.
You know where I could get a good hoagie? Hey, I could be a showman. I'm real good at wiggling my ears. It's probably dangerous for me to make that joke out loud. You know one thing I don't miss? Driving. I've seen one too many Jersey slides gone wrong. New to Atlantic City? Or are you lucky enough to live here?
So, this city's run by a circus, the Godfather, and a bunch of underpaid city workers. And we're expected to believe they get along? Do you know if it's happy hour? Beat it! I'm not your tour guide. Be honest. Do I look like a tourist? Have you been down to the
I'll
aquarium?
head down to the pier and catch
it's
a
a marvel.
show.
Don't like killing. I'm just doing my job. Just kidding. Of course I like killing. We have ways of getting what we need at City Hall. Don't you worry. There's nothing to fear here. If you didn't do anything wrong.
All this talk of
You don't look like you're supposed to be
crawling out
here.
of the barrens.
Are
What's
you
a plank gonna
visiting
do?
too?
Grow with me?
Don't ask me for directions. I'm not from around here.
What's bopping?
You have to try the cocktails at Quintino's.
Why don't you take a load off, all right? You're scaring people, tromping around like that.
Mother Charlotte. More like Mother Charlotte 10. Her and all her goons.
Still can't believe that show last night. So buried.
I think I'll head down to the pier and catch a show.
Go, head down to the pier and catch a show.
have a look at what I've got, and before you ask, no, I don't have more in the back. It may not be fancy, but everything here is guaranteed by the municipal government. You won't be disappointed. I don't care who you are, and I don't care where you came from. You buy, I sell, we're square.
Tax fraud is a crime that never stops. So I never stop.
Every day I see more of the barons in the city. You'd think the munis would hire a gardener.
Looks like Anna drank up all the coffee again.
Man, I could go for a ripper. Not the chainsaw kind. The one with a bun and all the toppings.
Still can't believe that show last night. So barbaric.
Go head down to the pier and catch a show.
Tim should really be giving us a bigger cut.
I think I'll head down to the pier and catch a show.
White-collar crime. More like red collar when I'm done.
Oh, wait.
Think I'll head down to the pier and catch a show.
A tourist, huh? Wow, City Hall isn't normally a hot
Head down
spot
to the
for your
pier and
sort,
catch a show.
but I'll still take your caps. I don't need your life
Imagine if all
story.
the caps
Buy
that
something or
went towards
don't.
Devil's blood
But I'm not
went
here to
towards
chat.
running the city. Now that'd be something. So what's it gonna be? You gonna be on the right side of history? Or the wrong one? Don't tell anyone, but, Frida beat me in arm wrestling. I don't like you. I'm just doing my job. Just kidding. Course I like killing. You don't look like you're supposed to be here.
The city never sleeps. Think the munis really have everything handled?
How the hell do those floaters...
It's too good to be true,
you know,
right?
float?
What's the look for? You trying to wrestle?
Have you been outside the city? Let me tell you, you don't want to be there. So, this city's run by a circus, the Godfather, and a bunch of underpaid city workers. And we're expected to believe they get along.
Which wire did Frida say to cross? The blue one? No, wait. Red? Are you gonna stick around a while longer? Could use someone like you around. Buttercup is a different breed. Trust me. I once saw him use someone's
Careful out there.
jawbone as a nail
Anything that
file.
crawls out of the
I wish
pine barrens is
Buttercup would get rid of that
absolutely
stupid
nasty.
toy horse.
I need to get someone to repair this pipe. Joel. No, quit. Ashley. No, wait. Sorry, no time to chat. Got a city to feed.
Ever since the overgrown started showing up, I've been eyeing the potted ficus in City Hall. I don't trust it. Mondays, am I right? No, it's Thursday. Ever since the overgrown started showing up, I've been eyeing the potted ficus in City Hall. I don't trust it.
Why don't you take a load off, all right? You're scaring
Why don't you
people,
take a load
tromping
off?
around like that.
You're scaring people, swamping around like that.
How the hell do those floaters, float? Did you hear about what happened to that clown on the boardwalk? Bet he didn't see that punchline coming.
More embarrassing in the city. I think you require a guard.
Hey, are you gonna stick around a while longer? Could use someone like you. I'd stay clear of the showman if I were you. Their idea of fun usually puts someone in an early grave.
There better be a good reason you're blocking my light. Name's Buttercup. I lead the Internal Revenue Services for Atlantic City. What? Because I'm not stitching up wounds or putting out fires? I hate to break it to you, kid, but even groups of total do-gooders need caps to get things done. The Muni's can only be selfless up to a point. If they're dehydrated and starving, how are they supposed to help anybody? I make sure everyone else in AC appreciates what we're doing here. The last person who said that had to get therapy. What's not to love? I get a free pass to crack tax-evading toothpicks in half. I get paid for it too. It's not much, but at least it's for the greater good. I used to run with a gang. It paid well, but they were weak in every capacity. Now, Tim, that man's strong. Real strength comes from resolve and determination, not because you shot a few soda bottles doing target practice. You got a problem with my name?
Okay, let's see what's falling apart today.
Now you, I like. There's a story behind that name. Some years back, when I was still running with my old gang, we had a rivalry going on with some guys in the casino quarter. One day, we got into a shouting match outside a pre-war toy store. One of them said some not-so-nice things to me, so I grabbed the closest thing I could find. A fully assembled giddy-up Buttercup. I took that toy horse and beat him to death with it, until there was nothing left but pulp. My own gang started calling me Buttercup to tease me or something, after the fact, so I killed them with that damn horse too. If you want to see it, I keep it on display over the fireplace in my office. Okay. Oh boy, small talk. My favorite. The point? The point is to keep people alive, numbskull. Most people can't even tie their shoes. You really think they'll be able to survive out there on their own? We keep everyone fed, hydrated, alive. Without us, there'd be no running water or electricity in AC. Consider yourself lucky that you came here after Tim took over, and not before. Oh, you think it's funny? I fail to see the humor there. I take my job very seriously. Without the revenue we collect from the other organizations in Atlantic City, the mayor's office wouldn't be able to function. We'd be utterly useless. So pay your damn taxes. That depends. You do work here? Well, that's too bad. It'd be a real shame if I found out someone was paying you under the table. Maybe I'd get some new decor for my mantle. Bad. Pretty damn bad. Previous mayor was a hack named Carly Day. She was the mayor before the bombs, and after, she just stayed. But she didn't do anything. Crime was rampant. People were dropping like flies. Since Tim took over, it's been like a whole new city. Sure, we may gripe and moan. But for the most part, we're well taken care of. And safe. Oh, her. Well, no one really knows. She probably just went on vacation. You'll end up going on vacation too, if you keep asking questions. Maybe you'd like to, but I wouldn't. I'm sure you will.
Maybe I just won't go home. Feels like things are getting worse by the day. Someone to repair this. No, wait. Red? Okay, let's see what's falling apart today. I wish I knew Tim's secret. How does he keep his cool all the time?
So heavy, an airline would charge them extra.
Mondays, am I right? No,
Have you been down
no,
to the aquarium?
It's Thursday.
It's marvelous.
Ah,
We always need extra hands on deck at City Hall. Consider joining up.
Power grid's running just fine, yet here I am running on fumes.
yeah. Suits are so heavy, the airline would charge them extra.
I think I'll head down to the pier and catch a shower.
Stand at it. We're sending over one of our engineers right away.
To join the... Careful out there. Anything that crawls out
You
of
have to
condoms
try
is
the cocktails
absolutely
at Quentin's.
You know where I
nasty.
could get a good hoagie?
Don't bother me. I'm on vacation. This place is a pocket of paradise. Closest we're gonna get after the war.
The overgrown are looking extra mean today. Maybe I just won't go home.
Catch a show.
So you're the hero type, huh? Yeah. I've been known to save a few cats from trees. Sorry, no time to chat. Got a city to feed.
So,
I should probably invest in a boat to get to work at this rate.
and a bunch of
The flooding's getting
city
worse and
workers.
worse.
And we're expected to believe they get along?
Feels like things are getting worse by the day instead of better.
Which wire did Frida say to cross? The blue one. No, wait. Red.
I'd love to see one of the showman's spectacles, but I do worry about ending up with one less eye just sitting in the audience. I tried asking Buttercup out on a date. You know what he said? He's married to his job. I've never seen someone so passionate about tax collection. Oh, you weren't the last caller, were you? Listen, I didn't expect things to escalate so quickly. Wait, no. The voice doesn't match. Well, that was a botched first impression if I've ever seen one. I'm Anna. I work dispatch for the mayor's office. Shoot. If they aren't the cause of them, sure. They're both supposed to enforce the peace in the city. Kinda like pre-war police. They're only good at that when it's civvies having a drunken fight or some street thug trying his luck. Otherwise, it's two showmen fighting over who's the best performer. Or two wise guys throwing hands after the decency of someone's ma came into question. Medical, fire, environmental emergencies, you name it. If it's a problem, we need to take care of it. Recently, the overgrown have become the source of most of our calls, and there's been a massive uptick in calls overall. You can guess why I'm not exactly pleased about that. Sure, if you say so. Ah, was it the eye twitching or the premature aging that gave it away? I'm on call practically 24/7, making sure no one in this city croaks. That doesn't leave much time for, you know, living. No one else wants to do this, and I can't stop now. I am glued to the radio all day, every day, waiting for emergency calls to come in. Could be someone's Uncle Bob having a heart attack, could be the overgrown taking down another power line. Regardless, it's my job to take these calls and make sure the right personnel are sent out to resolve it. I'm just the middle woman, really. Go ahead. I've probably got another 3 seconds before I'm called again. He's the leader of Atlantic City. Not Quintino, not Charlotte, Tim. None of those frauds care about the actual people here. They care about their ego and making caps. That's it. And he's not a politician, that's for sure. We don't sit around here passing around campaign buttons and kissing babies. Which, by the way, is gross. He took over after the last mayor had a breakdown and fled the city. He was just a farmer, really. A really pissed off farmer. And no one else was willing to do it but him. The man doesn't have an ounce of anxiety in his body. She keeps me sane.
If it wasn't for her, I'd probably forget to eat. She's been sort of a replacement mom for me, ever since my own ma disowned me. Yeah, for joining up with the Munis. I grew up in the casino quarter. They were hoping I'd get in good with the family, maybe marry a nice mobster. They were really disappointed to see I wanted to be an honest person. You're telling me. Maybe I'm just bitter because I tried asking him out. It didn't go well. Supposedly, he used to be in a gang, if you can believe that. The rumor is that he got his name after he beat a man to death with a giddy-up buttercup. Totally badass. Shame. I was liking the chit-chat. See you around.
Somebody gotta do to cop a taste of devil's blood.
I need to get someone to repair this pipe. Joel. Ah, no, he quit. Ashley. No, wait. Eaten by Overgrown.
It doesn't matter.
Did you hear about what happened to that clown on the boardwalk? Bet he didn't see that punchline coming.
Try not to lose all your money at the casinos. That tends to be a problem around here. Don't think we've had a chance to chat yet. Figures. Most of the chatting I do is just yelling at faulty wiring. I'm Frida. Frida Lane. I keep the lights on around here. I'm an engineer. Well, I'm the lead engineer, technically. I'm the head of the Power Production and Management Division of the Mayor's Office. Or the PPMD, if you want to save time. It's a fancy way of saying I make sure the power keeps running and that it's diverted to the right places. I oversee all of the other engineers and electricians. I also train them and send them out if anything goes wrong. Things usually go wrong.
Yeah. Looks like Anna drank up all the coffee again.
Me? Oh, no. I may moan, but I've got everything under control. I appreciate your attitude. My husband might have some work for you at some point. He's the mayor, but he doesn't look it. All right, what is it? Oh, yes! I realize I don't really look the part of a mayor's wife, but if you haven't noticed, the world ended. I doubt schmoozing and political greasing matter much these days. We were farmers, lived on the outskirts of Atlantic City. He was my high school sweetheart. Tim's family had been farmers for generations, and he was set to take over the family farm. I felt stuck. I felt I had to choose between him and pursuing my engineering degree. But we made it work. Tim promised to help me pay for my degree with the profits from the farm. So we married, and he kept his word. I ended up using my expertise to fix up our equipment. It gave us a competitive edge in the area. Okay. Is there anything else you need? Ask away.
No, wait. Ray.
To be blunt, we handle basically everything. Electricity, food, clean water, trade, medicine, security. We make sure the people of Atlantic City are taken care of. It's exhausting work. but no one else is going to do it. Let's see now. There's my department, Power Production and Management Division. We produce electricity and distribute it. I also handle the Water Purification and Distribution Division. Same thing, just with clean water instead of power. There's the Internal Revenue Service. Buttercup heads that. They're in charge of, collecting taxes to keep everything running. They're the auditors you've probably seen around town. Then there's the Agricultural and Caravanning Services. Tim oversees that himself. He manages the output of the farms in the outskirts and ensures the farmers and their farm hands are all properly compensated. Additionally, they distribute food in the city so no one goes hungry. They also trade with the caravans round here for essentials. There's the Emergency Services Division. Anna runs that. They're the paramedics and firefighters. Dispatchers. She makes sure every emergency is addressed and that the right people are sent to handle it. Finally, there's the Pine Barrens Forestry Division led by Sloan. They're basically our park rangers. They handle the overgrown threat. You won't see them around City Hall much, as they spend the day usually scouting the perimeter of the city. Short attention span, probably. I assume Uni is short for municipal, as in municipal government, which is what we are. I think the family and the showmen were the ones who started it up. Meant to be derogatory, no doubt. We don't care much to stop it. We've got bigger problems than a nickname. Formally, we're known as the mayor's office. Anything else on your mind? What do you need to know? They're a bunch of thugs who think they're businessmen because they wear suits and have culture. I'd rather spend my caps on a root canal than in that sorry excuse of a casino. Maybe you'll start to see a pattern here. Next question, please. They're a bunch of thugs who think they're entertainers because they wear costumes and speak all fancy. I'd rather moonwalk through a minefield than attend one of their shows. Are you starting to get a good picture of Atlantic City now? Oh, yes. I'm glad my feelings came across clearly. I wouldn't want you thinking I like them or anything. They're criminals. The only reason they're still around is because their business brings tourists in. We need tourists in Atlantic City to make enough money to keep our civilians alive. Make sense? All right. Anything else on your mind? If there's a later, stay safe out there.
Looks like things are getting worse by the day instead of better.
Down to the pit, catch a show.
Unlike things you might buy from the Lombardis, nothing here fell off the back of a truck.
Why don't you take a load off, all right? You're scaring me.
So this is where they run the city? Looks like they're drowning in more than just paperwork.
Something puny.
Don't overstay your welcome.
That sucks. Just hoping for some action.